Hello and welcome to Youth Assembly this Monday morning, the 11th day of October 2021. How are you doing today? I hope you're ready for the week, and we are here for you to give you some tips on how to survive in this Nigerian economy. But today on Youth Assembly, we are looking at how can Nigerian use technology to provide solutions to some of the country's challenges. Pute Kingsley. He is a techpreneur. Welcome, Mr. Opute.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And we also have Mr. Tosin Kato. Mr. Tosin Kato is a business and life coach, and some people like to refer to him as the boss. Welcome, Mr. Tosin.
Thanks a lot for having me. Good morning to everyone.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, the last time we had you on the show, I think it's over a year, but it's good to have you. And we would love to get
Mm.
some of those things that you love to say, coach young people today. How can Nigerian youths use technology to provide solution to some of the country's challenges? We'll look at the challenges and then we will look at the solutions that tech can solve, especially for young people. All right. So welcome on board once again, gentlemen. So to provide innovative solutions that
Thanks a
would
lot.
transform lives in their communities while they make money for themselves and contribute to the development of the country. Now, how can Nigerian use technology to solve the national or to solve national problems? That is one question we intend to ask today. And the question we have for you is actually that. Feel free to drop your comments and tell us how Nigerian youth can provide solutions using technology to solve Nigerians' problem. And if you have any question, feel free to also ask. So, Mr. Thompson, we'll start with you. Nigeria has seen a rise in young innovators who are using technology to transform lives, especially in fintech. In fact, we have a techpreneur here who is Mr. Opute Kingsley. I will start with him. So, how do you think these young minds were, yes, were able to achieve their breakthrough despite the challenges we have in Nigeria? Mr. Opute Kingsley.
One of the first things, like I tell people, for you to be a entrepreneur, there is something that should be, other than your skill set, your passion has to be there. Especially if you are operating in a system like ours here in Nigeria. Your passion has to be top notch. It shouldn't be negotiable. So if you are coming in as a entrepreneur, you want to bring out a solution, you have to be ready to put in the time and put in the energy because there will be times whereby you will be required to work 5, 15, 20 hours daily without sleep. Sometimes you forget to eat or take a break and all that. So that's where your passion actually plays in to come. So for you to even survive in the fintech industry or the technology industry of Nigeria today, the passion needs to be there because the system already is not favorable to us. Like take for instance now, the power system is not stable. So if as a developer, sometimes you need an average of 20 hours minimum in a day for you to code or for you to work or to develop whatever project you are working on. So if there is
Mm-hmm.
no power supply in your environment, you won't say you're just going to sleep or you're just going to rest until any time they provide power supply. You have to take an extra step and an extra move for you to get yourself power. By so doing, you have to maybe spend the night in the office. By so doing, you have to get yourself another generator and all that. So that's where the passion comes in. So that's the drive. So irrespective of what you are developing or as a techpreneur, the passion is non-negotiable. It is what will keep you going in the midst of everything. Because other than that, even the project you're working on, there'll be a lot of challenge. There is no one-way traffic to it. No copy and paste works. So
Mm-hmm.
if you don't have enough passion and if the passion is not sufficient enough, by the time you keep getting bugs and errors, you just abandon the project and you leave the whole thing. So I think passion is one key that is non-negotiable.
Hmm. Passion. But there's this thing also. If people, yeah, young people who are engaged in technology are making it in research, a lot of young people also tend to go towards that angle because they want to make money. Show me, show me the way, or cut soap for me. They will say. But yes, they might not have passion for it, but because somebody's doing it and succeeding, and it's a trend, well, I might as well do it. This is
Let me
something
say
at this
this.
point. What do you think of that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's there are two sides to it. It's possible for you to start a business or become a entrepreneur without passion. So it's either you do it for passion or you do it for survival. So those are the two sides to it. There are many people in business presently that they don't have passion for what they are doing. Yeah, it's just for survival, it's just to make money. So it's either you're doing it to make money or you're doing it out of passion. If you're doing it to make money, over time you develop passion for it. Yeah, because what you do for years, definitely the passion will come out from it. And if it's something that you're doing out of passion, then money will also come out of it. There's one popular speaker. He once said that it is comfort that creates tradition, and it is discomfort that creates innovation. So many of our youths are already innovative because there is discomfort in the system. So they're already innovative. It's just that if we are going to use technology to provide solutions to this country's challenges, we need to learn to collaborate. We need to learn to collaborate. It's you one person cannot do it all. That's the problem we have
Collaborate how?
in
How
this
do you
part of the
mean?
world where where one person wants to do everything. Yeah, it's very difficult. Collaboration in terms of uh IT guys coming together to develop solutions. It's not one person trying to do it all by himself. It's going to be frustrating for that person. I have a friend of mine years back, is a programmer, and he had this idea that he wanted to create
Hmm.
for the voting system, and he lacks the fund. He has the idea, he has the IT skills, but these things are more than just having the skill, are more than just having programming skills. The system itself has some requirements that can knock you out in terms of licensing and the likes. So he lacked all of that, and he was trying to get the bigger IT firms so that they can collaborate together. But it was hard for him, and I doubt if he has scaled through that now. And some of them, the conditions they are giving him will just take out the whole it will take out the whole uh thing from him, which they will be in ownership of that. So we should learn to collaborate, do things together instead of trying to say, I want to do it all alone. You mentioned the fintech field, and when
Yes.
you look at the fintech itself in Nigeria, it's not encouraging. It's not encouraging. Why is it that we can't have more fintech companies come up? It's not encouraging because the financial demand from the government is too much. The licensing itself is hundreds of millions. I have a friend that wanted to do it, but the getting the fund is where they are hooked. But the idea is there, getting the fund is where they are hooked. So if there is collaboration, there is somebody that has the fund, there is somebody that has the idea, we come together to do it. Hope you understand. And I've also met people too that there was one guy that met me one time. He wanted me to help him to develop some things. He wanted to recreate a model of some softwares that are already established in the industry in US and the likes. And he wanted me to do it, and I told him that no, because I'm in the IT field does not mean I'm the only one that would do this whole thing. This thing you want to recreate is not done by one person. It's not done by one person, and you have to learn to either outsource it to IT companies, or you bring a pool of programmers together to get the work done. But you trying to give one person one work and you want that person to do the whole of the thing, even if the person will do it, it will take years because there will be errors in the programming. So we need to learn to collaborate. The person that will do the UI UX design, the person that will do the coding, everybody has to come together. And what I'll wrap up my talk with, so that you
Yeah.
can continue, the host can continue, is that we need to learn to collaborate, and in doing that we need to have things like innovation hubs where people network, and there's collaboration, and there's progress in the economy. We can't solve the challenges of Nigeria. One person cannot solve it except we collaborate. Look at the current IT innovations we have in Nigeria, Paystack, Flutterwaves, and some of those things that are thriving in Nigeria. You discover it's not, even though one person has the idea, but they had to collaborate with others to get that done. So if we really want to see changes in Nigeria, if we really want to drive technology to provide solutions to the challenges, we need to collaborate. There is that insecurity. There is this me thing where greed is making people want to take 100% of everything, and that will not work if we really want to drive solutions for this country.
All right. So you said something about uh, this challenge of not having a lot of people in fintech. So what does it take a young person to go into fintech? What does the person need? What kind of skills, or how long will it take the person to learn the skills needed in that area?
Now, there are different things in that area. Number one is either you have the idea and you look for programmers. And after looking for programmers, even after they have developed the app, you still need to now go for licensing. I think the licensing, I'm not sure, I've forgotten, but I think the licensing is around either 50 million or 500 million. I can't remember. One of the two, or 200 million. I can't remember, but it's hundreds of millions
Mm.
for the licensing. And who has that? These are
A young
startups that
person,
have
I
ideas.
don't know how many young people have 50 million or 200 million. But yes, you're talking
Oh,
about collaboration
you
and all. Uh,
yeah.
First of all, is to learn the skill, right?
So,
So how do they go about it?
yes.
Mhm.
No, you can learn the skill. To me, if you really want to do the fintech, it requires more. So for you to learn the skill, it's not something you wake up and you learn within 1 year and you want to do. So what I would advise, if somebody has that idea, is that you just have to find a programmer. I have a friend of mine in outside Nigeria, in one of these African countries, that is working on something like that. He's not a programmer, but he has the idea, and he just went online to look for programmers on Fiverr, Upwork, and the like. So you just outsource it to them, you bring them into your team, have legal documents with them so that they don't go about selling your business model, and you guys will work together. Now he has done all of that. What's delaying him now is the funding. He's trying to look for the big fish out there in the political sector and the likes that would pump in money to the project. So the real challenge is the funding itself, and the only way it can be solved is either you collaborate with people or you have the money to do it yourself. So if you don't have the money to do it yourself, you just have to learn to collaborate with people to get it done. And collaborating with people, remember, these people you're collaborating with, they are the ones that have the money. So sometimes they want to rip you off of the idea and just give you a stipend, and that will also draw the person back, that let me just hold on to this, because once I can't give you this and we want to collaborate and you are giving me 2% of it while you're taking the 98, it does not make sense. And in the process of trying to collaborate, I've also witnessed it, friends, where in the process of trying to collaborate, you will share your ideas, and the person you're sharing it with will just steal your ideas. Before you know it, they'll just go ahead and do what you are sharing with them. I've seen that many times, even in the high level in the societies. I've seen that where people that you're looking up to, that they're in high positions in the society,
Still your
you go
idea.
to them, share
Wow.
your ideas with them, and they will just implement it because they have the money. A friend of mine witnessed it some time ago, and it was so painful to him, but he moved on with life.
Yeah. Okay. Well, look at how to even solve that as a young person with the idea, how you can actually, um, you know, um, secure your ideas and not let it be stolen by others. But we'll get to that. If you're just joining us, it's Youth Assembly, and we are looking at how can Nigerian youths use technology to provide solutions to some of the country's challenges. And we've looked at the area of fintech. We've looked at Mr. Kingsley Opute mentioned power. I would like to hear from you, Mr. Kingsley, how you think technology can solve the issue, the problem of power in Nigeria. And yes, feel free to drop your comments and even ask questions if you have any. Share this video and please continue to follow us on Instagram with Click Niger Radio and on Facebook. Share, like, and comment. Okay, over to you, Mr. Opute. How can technology be
Okay.
used to solve this power challenge we've had
Power
for
challenges.
so long?
If you look at it, I think gradually technology is even solving it. Like we have our buypower.ng right now. So it's not like the way it used to be before now. If you know how it used to be before now, for you to even subscribe or get your electric bill paid, you have to go to their office with the bill they brought to your house. You have to spend several hours queuing up there, and you might probably have to cancel the whole thing you are doing for that day. But I think today technology has even brought a little innovation into the system where we can just, from our mobile device, we can recharge, we load, and you use whatever you are paying for. And once it's done, and that is it. So I think technology is gradually solving the problem. But I think the only thing is we have to scale it out. We have
Okay.
to scale it out.
How?
You see, these are only majorly in the cities. It has a whole lot to do with the government. It has a whole lot to do with the government, not we the developers now or the entrepreneurs. A whole lot to do with the government because these meters are not readily available to the urban areas, to the rural areas. Sorry, it's not readily available villages. A lot of people don't even know what prepaid meters is. A lot of people don't even use prepaid meter. But if we can get all that across to them and improve our power sector and all that, so I think we can use technology to actually solve this our power problem. We just need to scale it out. We're already in the pipeline. Other than even bypower.ng, we have a whole lot of systems where you can recharge your electricity bill from. A whole lot. I think iRecharge is also there. And one of the things that these guys have actually successfully done, which is good, or which I actually appreciate, is that they have APIs for any developer to consume and use to develop their own applications, where you just get a little percent from anybody that subscribe or recharge from you. So that gives it creates job opportunities also. It creates source of income to developers. I have a friend that all he paid was I think 5,000 naira or so for iRecharge API, and he developed his mobile application. I don't even use the other platform. I usually use his own just because I want to patronize it. So for each time I recharge my power, he gets a percent. So if you too you want to use this platform, once you recharge, you get a percent. So that is how technology is gradually solving the issue of power and actually growing gradually.
But Mr. Kingsley, apart from recharging online, this issue, some people you're not even seeing the lights. Some areas don't have
Yeah,
lights.
yeah. So,
Is there
so
any way technology can
yes.
come in here to solve this problem? Yes, they don't even see the lights. Not to talk of
Yes,
recharging.
yeah, there's a whole lot of ways technology can come. I think if that's the case, we might just have to develop other means of power supply. We just have to develop other means of power supply because right now I think a whole lot of us we don't even use solar, we don't use wind. There are a whole lot of other sources of power supply. So,
Oh,
but right now we are so much dependent on whatever. But now, like I think Zanosi said something about the government policies, which has still a whole lot to do. Even now, even as a private citizen, there is a level to the power supply you can generate privately yourself. There's a level to it. I don't think I can't remember, but I know there's a level at which you can generate for yourself if you want to do it yourself.
yeah.
So all this has to do with still government policies. It's not something that we can actually bring technology to support and to enhance what the government has brought to the table. But a whole lot. If we are providing APIs, that's the only thing we can do. We can't go
All
and
right.
bring transformers and the likes.
Hopefully
So
somebody
that's
comes
it.
up with the idea, or maybe I will come up with the idea. Okay, so
We would really
Mr. Tosi,
appreciate it.
me, I'm also venturing into tech. I have to. That's where the money is now. Okay, but yes, in the area of health, the health sector, so the world has changed drastically due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and tech has become an inescapable part of our daily lives. So, how can we get Nigerians on board, especially youths that are yet to get on board, to catch up in order for them to remain relevant in today's world? Mr. Tosi, our business and life coach.
Okay.
Yes.
In terms of the health sector, um, like most in Abuja here, I think there are changes in terms of they're already embracing technology. I don't know about other parts of Nigeria, but they're already embracing technology because before now, when you have to do something in the hospital, you they will be referring you with paper. You move from here to here, you move from here to here, you move from here to here, and the likes. But in some hospitals over here, there are changes where they just they send your data. They will just ask you to go to this place. Once you go there, the person will just search for your name and the prescription and whatever would be seen from the person's system. That's technology already introduced to it. If you're going to meet the doctor, they would have sent your data to the doctor. You just uh, go and see the doctor. So I think these are innovations already embraced in the health sector. But one thing is this: if there is motivation, ideas are everywhere, and even when there's no idea, once people see motivation, then they will just start thinking of how to generate ideas. Take for instance now, for instance, I may not be thinking of an idea for the health sector, but if there is a motivation that the policies in the health sector is favorable for IT uh, people, you will discover that everybody will be trooping there because they know there's money there to be made in terms of innovating something for the health sector. But the what is killing innovation in our country is that people are not ready to embrace it. Let me give you an instance. A friend of mine wanted me to is outside the country, wanted me to help him pick up his letter of authorization from FRSC. Yeah, letter of authorization for his driver's license. And I went there 2 weeks ago. They referred me to the IT unit, and the IT unit, the person was sorting papers. IT unit. The person was sorting papers on paper, searching for name with paper, was pulling paper from here to here. He spent like 2 hours searching for a person's name. Up till now, I've not gotten the letter of authorization from him because he can't find it. And he's in the IT unit, and there's a system in front of him, and yet he's looking for papers. And this person that is also looking for paper, if I'm not mistaken, it will be around 47, 48, or even close to 50. So
Hmm.
what's happening to the youth? Why can't they make that man the head of the IT unit and employ a youth to do that work? And see, within splits of seconds, you will find somebody's name on system compared to you searching paper and paper and paper and paper. So it's not that the ideas are not there, it's not that the innovations are not there, but it's not being embraced because it's not being embraced. If there are policies that encourage people to come with ideas and they would exploit and implement it, why not? The ideas are there. So the health sector, we are not suffering from ideas in this country. We are very creative people. It's just that those ideas are being killed. It's not being embraced. If tomorrow now people know that the government is supporting innovations in the IT field, and that okay, IT uh, If you have innovations, creative ideas, just come on board. They will exploit, and before you know it, if they do it for one or two people, uh, you see many IT people would trooping there. But the problem is still that there is a system in front of somebody and a certain paper. So for us to solve some of these things, it boils down from the government. If they can support the IT industry in Nigeria, not just in support of you publicizing it on radio or news. No, it's about you funding people. It's about you. Government can also collaborate with IT firms, can collaborate with individuals. They provide the fund, they provide the platform, they give the support, and those people will get the things done.
so that the work can be effective. But
Yeah,
one other area, can you still hear me? Let me bring on board Mr. Kingsley. I don't know. I think he's frozen there. But Mr. Kingsley, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I can
What
hear
other
you.
area? What area would you love to see youth represented in the numbers to, especially in tech, to solve problems? Did you hear me?
If you ask me, yeah, I have it. Two areas majorly that me I actually see the youths that they should come up and invest tech it's in the issue of unemployment and security.
Okay.
Because those two sectors are really, really challenging for the federal government to solve. And it's not rocket science to solve those two stuffs. Like, take for instance, now the issue of security. I keep wondering that till now, Nigerian police force does not have a central database in all their police in all stations. Like, take for instance, somebody commits a crime in Abuja, and maybe for some reasons he was perhaps granted bail and they left him and he goes to Lagos and he commits the same crime again and he's been arrested. And even the Lagos police is not aware that he committed that same crime in Abuja. So it's
yeah,
a pathetic thing because the moment you are arrested in Abuja
yeah,
here, irrespective of the police station, you should be documented that so so and so person was
yeah.
arrested for so so and so crime for so so and so period of days and he was released on bail. So by the time they arrest you again in Lagos, they know
Mm,
that automatically you're a troublemaker. So if they granted you bail on
yeah,
maybe eyewitness in Abuja, they won't grant you bail again in Lagos for eyewitness because automatically it means you are a problem maker. That's why you see sometimes like all these little civil issues where tenants and landlords sometimes they be like this particular tenant, every house he lives, he fights with somebody and they arrest him every time. But there is no record to show for it. So I think we can use technology
yeah,
like this. As person was saying in the health sector, we can use technology to solve that problem. Everybody is in a central database so that you know that if they report you at all for any crime, either you are right or wrong, you are already on the blacklist of the NPF, Nigerian Police Force. So you do all you can to stay in the good side of the society because you don't want to put yourself in any disadvantage or anything where anybody will say tomorrow that, oh, we know this guy, he's a troublemaker. He did this in Abuja, he did this in Apo, he did this in Wuse, he did so. There is no central database anywhere in Nigeria. The whole Nigerian police force. As maybe tomorrow, no, but as today that we're talking about, I'm not aware if there is any central database that takes record of everybody that comes into any police station. It's not difficult to do. What is there?
All
Something we
right,
can solve.
security. Security is an
Yeah.
issue you've mentioned. Mr.
Yeah.
Tosin, there's also the issue of the agricultural sector getting the tech feel. How do you think young entrepreneurs can key into this and make money out of it? I like the money part. Yes. Mr. Tosin.
yeah. We have the e-commerce. We have the e-commerce that young people can leverage on. It's just for them to go to these local people producing the thing, get it branded, and put it on online for people to take advantage of. I once had a speaker some years back that he left this Abuja to go to this eastern part, and he went to all these palm oil
Mm-hmm.
sellers, and they were giving him. He was leveraging on it. He will go bring it back, and before you know it, he's now a big boy in Abuja. Not only in Abuja but everywhere. And how did it start? Is just by taking advantage of technology. Those people are doing it physically, selling physically, transporting it from here, spend hours on the road to take it to another place. And now here is somebody taking it from them and just posting it online, and it can be ordered in any part of the country, and it will just be shipped to them and the likes. So we can, whatever that is done physically can be done digitally. It's just to disrupt it. If you look at for instance, gone are the days where newspapers physically everybody, so technology came, and guess what, it was now online, where everybody is now reading online. Before, too, you want to buy a recharge card, you go to one place, they give you one paper, and you put in the code. When technology came to it, now you can do it online. So technology can disrupt the physical. So it's just for us to look at it, that what is happening physically, then let's add technology to it and do the same thing digitally. So these people produce it physically, but the next thing after the production is that they are transporting it physically. They are looking for buyers to come and the like. Now you just take it online, the product itself, just give it a little branding, because the branding will increase the price, the value. Yeah, the same meat or whatever you buy in ShopRite is the same you buy in the market out there, but because of branding, the price is a little higher. Yeah, so we young people can take advantage of that. You don't need to go into farming because you want to add technology to agriculture. No, like me now, I can't say I want to start learning how to plant tomatoes, and no, I can't do that. Yeah, so young people that want to take
Some people
advantage
can.
of the agricultural sector, if you want to take advantage of the agricultural sector, it's just for you to think, come with an idea to get the products where it's being produced, and these people will give it to you at the lowest rate because they don't even know anything. So you get the product, uh, put it online, people order for it, and that's all. And now we already have the logistics business thriving
Yes,
in Nigeria
logistics
very well. So
is
it means
actually an
what?
area
Is
that
that,
is booming.
yeah,
The logistics sector.
yeah.
It is
So
booming. I mean,
so it's
a lot of people are into this. Young people actually, and they say they just want to go into
yeah.
logistics. But yes,
So
people have also complained that there are challenges. The business environment of Nigeria in Nigeria is terrible. Some have complained. So, how do you think government can come in and solve the problem of techpreneurs or the challenges facing them in the different fields? Mr. Casey.
Okay,
okay, so I
yeah,
think,
okay. Okay,
yeah,
if
thanks.
okay, I thought you were okay to me. Now, one of the ways the government can solve these problems, there are some things that we basically need as
Mm,
techpreneurs that enables you to perform. And if you look at it, one of the things I've said is power. The other thing I can say again, okay, maybe is data, especially for startups. If you look at the data consumption rate for startups, it's alarming. You won't expect somebody that is just still a startup using about 30,000, 40,000 naira data monthly. It's not easy because sometimes 1 month subscription lasts for
Mm,
24, 48 hours. So I think if there is a
mm,
way the government could come and talk to maybe the telecoms industry that they should give a special discount or a special attention for tech for people in tech because we are arguably one of the highest data consumers. For somebody like me, if I tell you what I consume on data, you shout. Sometimes you just it looks like are you drinking it, but it's because
true.
we can even try to afford it. But if you look at startups, they
mm,
can't. It's terrible because there are some things you want to download. Before you start the download, you have to check what is your data available size
Yeah.
bundle before you start downloading. That cannot even help you to grow. You want to take a course online, you are streaming, you are
mm,
pausing, you are
yeah.
waiting because you can't even stream at a go. So those are the things that I think the government should even
Mm,
come and look and say, okay, maybe all IT personnel should come and register in one association or something. And if you are in that association, we
yeah.
recognize you. And for that, you have a special discount on data. It's not
Mm.
something out of the blues that cannot be done. Or otherwise, they can just even make data so much available for all, not one more sufficient for 24 hours. So I think that's one of the ways the government can even try and say they want to do. Another thing is they could set up hubs if they don't want to even do that. I think government should even come to set up hubs. Like if you go around Abuja sometimes, you see a lot of buildings, you see government property, put EFCC, whatever, out of ban and all that. And some of those properties are there for 3 years, 5 years, 10 years without anybody using it. A whole lot of IT guys need hubs. We need where we can come together, sit down
Yeah.
together, talk and work together. What stops the government from saying, okay, why this property is in court or something? Let's give it to the IT guys. Just set up a hub for them, 247 power, 247 internet supply. You have to be a member to come, you register. It's not rocket science. You will be shocked from the innovations that would come out from that hub.
Yeah.
But those things are just line fallow.
Yeah.
Nobody is using it today. So I think the government should even come to see, okay, how can we set up hubs, even in the universities? Because I think the government has to even start paying attention. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, yes. In
Hello,
universities,
can you
that's a
hear me?
good.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah,
Yes.
the government has to start. Yeah, the government has to start paying attention to the universities also because these are where the innovation box really is. Not
Yeah.
think. But you see those people in the university, their brains are working 247. They are the real engine box of innovations. But
Yeah.
when there is
Yeah.
no support, there is no IT hub for them, there is nothing. They just go to class on the weekend when they're supposed to be in an IT hub, thinking and doing something creative. They are playing with their friends. So the government has to pay attention to also, okay, let's see how we can help the people in school, set up IT hubs, give them free internet facility, give them what they need. So if the government can do all that, I think IT, you will be amazed with the ideas that Nigeria have. Like Mr. Tosin said, we are
Yeah.
box of innovations in this country. I can tell you for free. Thank
So
you.
unfortunately, we've seen youth use technology the wrong way. I mean, with what you've said and having university, going to the universities to engage the youths, online fraud is a big problem in
Yeah.
Nigeria, and there's a lot of youths involved in that. But how do Nigeria level up with other countries?
Okay.
Mr. Tosin, this is a
Let
final
me
comment.
say.
Hopefully,
Okay.
how do we? Okay, you have something to say? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. I want to
Briefly,
react to
in
what you
30
said.
seconds.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let me react quickly to what you said. Yeah, there is no skill set, there is no idea that does not have its negative part of it. IT is good, IT has its own negative part of it. But a lot of times when you see you for negativity, it is simply because there is no environment for creativity or an environment that supports their creativity. That is all.
Mm.
Creativity of youth will not go the opposite direction. I can tell you.
Hmm. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Kingsley Okute. Mr. Kingsley Okute is a techpreneur and he knows his audience. So thank you so much for coming on the show today. And also, Mr. Tosin Kato, business and life coach. And life coach. At this point, we want you to foresee the future for us, for Nigerian youth and for Nigeria in terms of tech. Mr. Tosin, what do you think the future holds for tech in Nigeria? In 1 minute.
Okay. The future is promising. I can tell you that the future is promising because every young guy you see out there, everyone, most people are already learning one programming language or the other. HTML, CSS, PHP, Python, whatever. Most young guys you see out there now, they're already driven towards that. And that's the thing of joy, knowing that that's the future. Even in universities, maybe 100 level, 200, these guys are already going extra mile to learn it themselves. But Mr. Kinsley said, if the government can take it there, set up buildings for innovation hub, all those computer science that people are learning in this our part of the world is not it all, because if you learn computer science in school, you may not see computer till you finish. so, and you may
And I
not
see
get
that
job.
field,
You may not
whatever
get job.
field you're in, there is a way you can put in tech, add tech to the field you are in it. Like I'm in journalism, I can add tech to it.
Yes.
You studied computer science or physics, you
Yes.
can add
Yes.
tech to it. So
Yeah.
it's
That's it.
Yeah.
I believe you. I agree with you. The future holds good, very good
even e-
tidings.
even at even
Yeah.
at young age now,
Thank you so
5 years,
much.
you see children already learning robotics and the like. So the future holds
Yes.
more possibilities for us in Nigeria.
All
Yeah.
right, thank you
Yeah.
so much to all of you who joined us today on Youth Assembly. We appreciate you, even though you didn't send in your comments, but you watched. We thank you for watching and for nodding your head, nodding your head, and also taking something, a thing or two from this discussion. We appreciate you. Remember to share this video and like, comment, keep sharing. And I tell you, you won't regret it. Somebody somewhere, a youth somewhere, will actually benefit from this. Thank you again, Okute Kinsley, techpreneur,
You're
and
welcome.
Tosin Kato, business and life coach. I hope you take care of yourself, and then we'll see you, gentlemen, very soon on another edition of Youth Assembly. This show was produced by Ihoma Ukeji. My name is Sylvia Ishemi. I'll be back again for another interesting edition. For now, take care of yourself and keep adding tech
Thank you.
to your field.
Yeah.
We'll
Thank
get
you.
there. We'll get
Yeah.
there.
Bye.
All right. Thank
All
you
right.
so much. Bye for now.
Bye. Yeah.
All right.